Hey everyone, welcome to La Cocina de Jannett. Today I am going to be showing you how to make flautas de pollo, which pretty much translates to chicken, deep fried, yummy, brown tacos. Something like that. Anywho, they are very delicious. They're not very complicated to make, and it makes a great appetizer or a great dinner. So stick around and I will show you from beginning to end how I create my chicken flautas. Thank you. Alright friends, let's go ahead and get to cooking. Okay, so the first thing we want to do for our flautas is go ahead and cook our chicken. Get it nice and get some good flavors in the chicken so that when you put them in the flautas, you know, you're good to go. So I'm going to be using chicken thighs. I prefer dark meat. I just think that it's more moist. I prefer it. I love it. My family loves it, so that's what I'm using today. Chicken thighs. They are humongous. This is a lot of chicken. I'm going to go ahead and cook it all, but I'm not going to use all of it for the flautas. I just want to go ahead and get it cooked. I'll save half of it in the fridge for tomorrow, or the following day I can make a different dish using chicken. So chicken thighs. I've got a little bit of a, or not a little bit, but a thing of chicken bouillon. I've got some salt, some natural sea salt. I've got some pepper, garlic, onion powder. I already have my pot on heat. I want to get it really hot, get it to a boil, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in there. So here's a little tip on how I season my chicken. This is only when I boil it, okay? I don't season the actual chicken. What I do is I season the water the chicken is going to go in. Why do I do that? Okay, if I season the chicken and then I put it in the water, most of the seasoning is going to, dilute in the water. And then it might not be seasoned enough because we've got a lot of water in here. So what I like to do is I like to season the water. Okay, so first thing I'm going to add in here is going to be just a little bit of extra onion I have. I'm going to throw that in there. And then I've got one, two, three, four, five, six garlic cloves that I've cut in half. And I am using my handy dandy Pampered Chef knives, which is all I use in my kitchen. I love Pampered Chef. These knives are amazing, out of this world, the best knives ever. I'll go ahead and leave a link below to my consultant if you guys want to check out Pampered Chef items. Okay, so 6 garlic cloves cut in half. Then what I'm going to do is, now this is just for flavor, adding some raw vegetables in there. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of my chicken bouillon. Alright, this is going to give the chicken more flavor as well. Then I'm going to add some salt, some pepper, garlic powder. I'm being pretty generous with this. The only thing I'm taking it easy on is the salt, because of course we don't want our chicken to be too salty. That just ruins the entire dish. Once I've got all of that in there, I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And then I'm going to taste this. You don't want to season your chicken and then put it in the water, or season the water when your chicken is already in there, because you don't really know if you have enough seasoning there. You don't know if you have enough salt, and the last thing you want to do is taste it when you have raw chicken in there. So that is another reason why I season this first before I add the chicken. So if anything, this is going to need a little more salt, because I always start with a little bit and then taste it, and if it needs some more, I add a little bit more. So let me just taste this real quick. Yep, it needs a little more salt. Okay, there we go. And I don't really have too much of a chicken flavor quite yet. Keep in mind, don't overdo the chicken bouillon because you're obviously boiling chicken, so you're already going to get a nice chicken flavor. This is just to enhance it. Okay, so that should be pretty good. I'm going to give it just one more taste, so that way I don't have to worry about tasting it once the chicken is in there. Perfection. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken. I'm not trimming any of the fat on the chicken for two reasons. The first one is it's going to provide flavor while this is cooking. And two, the fat is much easier to remove once your chicken is fully cooked. You can just take a little knife and just chop it right off. A lot easier than trying to do it while it's raw. So, ooh, we might have a little too much agua. Okay. All of that is in there, and that's going to start coming to a boil here soon. So what I'm going to do is remove a little bit of this water, and I'm just going to put it in this little container where I had the chicken. And as the chicken starts cooking, you know, the water is going to go ahead and evaporate some, so I can always just go back and add this. I already know this water is seasoned, so I can just add it back to the chicken if need be. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and let this cook. As it starts to boil, turn down your heat so you don't make a hot mess on your stove. And check it in about half an hour and see, cut it open and see what it looks like. You want it to be fully cooked because it is chicken. You don't want to eat raw chicken. So let it cook, and then come back and check on it. You that my chicken is all done. It's pretty much fallen apart. It's so tender. See, here's one whole piece, but if I try to pick it up, it's just shredding on its own. So, like I said earlier, I'm not going to use all of this chicken for the flautas. I'm going to use just a little, whatever I need for the amount of flautas. Chicken is nice and shredded. I just tasted it, and it could use a tiny bit more salt, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit directly to the chicken, and then mix it around. And now we're going to go ahead and get our tortillas ready. So go ahead and make as many tortillas as you want, and then we're going to go ahead and fill them in and roll them with our chicken. So you don't want to add too much chicken, because if you do, then they're really likely to fall apart while you're frying. So I like to add a decent amount. I want them to be meaty, but I don't want them to be, you know, full-blown sized tacos. So I'm going to scoot it all the way to the end and just roll very tightly. And roll and roll and roll and roll, and you should end up with something like this. And so what I usually do is I roll all of them, and then I fry all of them. So just makes it easier. You fry all the tortillas, you stuff them and roll them, and then you fry. So you're not going back and, you know, trying to warm tortillas up or anything like that. So just for right now, to show you guys, I'm only going to do 2. And then I'm going to fry them up so you guys can see that portion. And we can go ahead and get on with the video instead of showing you, instead of me showing you roll, 15, 20 flautas. So I have my oil over here on the stove. So what I am going to do is get these babies in there. Alrighty friends, so this is what the final dish looks like. My flautas are nice and very crispy. I've got some refried beans with a little bit of queso fresco, which is fresh Mexican cheese, the green avocado salsa, and some sour cream. And call me extra Mexican, but I like to add some tapatio to my flautas. even though my avocado salsa is pretty spicy, I just like the flavor that gives. So I guess now we just have to taste them, right? All right, so here I go. I always start with my sides. That's what I do at a restaurant too. I figured if the rice and beans are good, the rest of the food's probably gonna be pretty decent. So then I just grab my flauta, I dip it in some sour cream, and then the avocado salsa. I feel like such a piggy. Very delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed cooking with me today, and I hope that you guys give this dish a try because it is truly very, very good. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.